Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Insightful Ramadan. Last episode, we talked a little bit about what stroke is and how the condition can affect someone's independence. This episode, we're going to do a practical to see how we can position a person who has stroke appropriately in bed and how they can independently come to the sitting position. So are you ready for this? Let's get started. Oftentimes, when someone has sustained this condition, one side of their body becomes weaker than the other. In this case, for today, the right side is more affected than the left side. So the right side is the affected side and the left side is the unaffected side. So in order to put all the body parts in neutral position, we first raise the head and put a small cloth or a towel under it. Roll the cloth or the towel to make sure that the head is in correct alignment and it is straight and is not going from one side to another. Once you finish with the head, you start with the limbs. You start with the affected hand. The affected hand needs to be positioned in neutral and midline. So put a pillow under the shoulder blade, which is usually weak, and a lot of times, with people with stroke, they have like shoulder subluxations. So ensure that the shoulder is supported well and the arm is in neutral position, like so. Once you're done positioning the arms in appropriate alignment, you move on to the leg. The affected leg is usually in external rotation, meaning it is facing outside. So our aim with positioning is to make sure that it is in midline and it is positioned straight, where the toes are pointing towards the ceiling. So in order to put it in midline, you can use a pillow to put under a cushion. And if one is not enough, then you can use 2 pillows. The unaffected side can stay the way it is. We need to usually assume different bed positions so that we prevent pressure sores and contractures from occurring. In order to do that, you can turn the client to their affected and affected side. So first with the unaffected side. In order to ensure that there are no pressure sores or contractures and deformities occurring, we need to change the bed position quite frequently. In this case, we are going to turn the client to the unaffected side. So, how do we do that? You're going to begin by clasping the hands and ask them to turn themselves using the support of their unaffected hand. Once the body is brought to the desired position, place a pillow under the affected arm so that it is in neutral alignment. Next we go and we move on to the leg. The affected leg can be placed gently on top of the unaffected leg and the cushion can be put in between the two. To maintain correct hip alignment, you can place the cushion a little close to the hip. And now as you can see, we have the correct alignment of the right affected hand and the right affected leg. What do we do to stabilize the shoulder and the back? We need to place pillows appropriately, depending on the needs of the client. You can place the pillow at the back to stabilize the shoulder and the back area so that the client is comfortable. Once you're done assuming this position, you must ask the client if they're comfortable. Moving on to lying on your affected side. It is important to lie on the affected side in order for the person to feel the awareness of that side. So this position can be assumed. By first moving the affected hand a little further from the body, and then asking the client to turn with their unaffected side, which can be moved easily, towards their affected body. Once you're done, you can place a pillow under the leg for stability and a pillow on the back. The unaffected arm can be left free so that they can use it to take whatever they want in the surrounding. Now that we have covered lying down in the affected and the unaffected side, and also lying down on your back with correct positioning, let's see how we can come to sitting position while you're lying down. In this case, we are going to sit from the unaffected side. So using your unaffected left leg, move it close to your right leg and grab it from under to give it some support, and then swing it towards the edge of the bed. Next, move on to your arms. So clasp your arms together and use the support of your left unaffected arm to move your right arm towards the edge of the bed. Once you're at the edge, use your hand, your unaffected left arm, to push yourself to a sitting position by moving the elbow backward. And there you have it. You come to sitting position independently. With this, we come to an end to our Insightful Ramadan series. I hope these episodes have been able to teach us how to accept, include, and care for people with disabilities. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for our Eid special episode where we will learn how to bond as a family through crafts. Until next time, this is Mehdiya Pyarli, your occupational therapist.
Stay tuned every Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon.